up and ask me to do. And most of them won't.
Because they don't understand what that means.
Don't tell me that, because we will test those boundaries. If you see a dude in here on camera, it's because he fucking came in and actually did anything we needed doing. Fucking 5 of them yesterday were out in a high lift fucking hanging Christmas lights in 100-degree weather. So the job changes every day. But to support every one guy we have clipping and cleaning and marking and cutting material, we need 3 fucking ladies to sit and sew. I'd hire 20. We have the money. I have the money in fucking payroll right now, set aside. So if we find those people, but if I had 20 skilled laborers come through the door today, we would hire every fucking one of them. I've got machines sitting here empty to put them on. That's why we keep all that. They'll show. We'll find them. We'll steal them. We'll fucking kidnap them. Whatever has to happen.
So I should quit college after this year.
No, you should continue.
Yeah, we're not saying quit college.
I'm not saying quit. I am not telling you to do anything. But you should go into it with an understanding of what it is. It's just it's a machine that is set up to keep tenured people who don't have to work financially secure without them having to fucking put an effort for it. That's all it is.
Guys come to me all the time and want business advice. They've got some little hobby they want to turn into a business or do full time. And everybody wants to go take business school. Business classes, 101, 102, and financing. That's fine. You need to know that shit. But shouldn't you take your hobby and try to do it as a job first before you go do all this other shit to find out you don't want to do the fucking hobby as a job? Take your skills, fucking do work for people, sell your work. You've been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Do more of it. Charge more for it. You don't charge enough as it is. Do more work.
The only time the people will actually pay what I ask them to is when they're doctors or something.
Well, then that's your
niche.
That's your niche. That's where because it's going to be that way no matter what. It's going to be that way no matter what. You have to find the people that are interested in.
You got to find the guys that are successful enough to pay you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can change my own oil. I can work on my cars. But it requires me to buy tools and other shit to do that. In the time it would take me to fucking change my oil, I can have somebody take my car over and have the oil changed and bring it back. And I can sit here for 2 hours and do what I do and make more than enough to pay for that service for somebody to do it right.
Yeah.
And me not to have to clean it. And then there's mess that comes with it, disposal. It's just not worth my time to do it because I'm good at what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to find that guy. Computer's going to be the big part of it. You need to do what Marcus can do.
Yeah.
Like I just take some idea and throw it to Marcus, and sometimes Marcus throws me shit that's completely not what I want. I'm like, no, I don't like. He'll give me 3 of them,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll go. We did a waterboard instructing one. I'm like, I want to put a person in there getting waterboard, and the cartoon, it was just kind of like a man, just a emblem like you'd see on a bathroom sign. I go, make it more. I want it more realistic, Sometimes, but 90% of the time, I throw something at Marcus and he hits it fucking 100%, and we turn it over the next day and turn it into stickers, patches, and shirts.
Yeah.
But the computer's the big one. You got to be able to put it into PDF file and send it or vector file.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can draw. A lot of the dudes doing computer shit, they can't draw at all.
No.
You can take and fucking draw that plate of eggs, and it'll look just like that fucking bacon and eggs. You got something they can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Take that shit, sell it. Look at those dudes selling those paintings and stuff. Selling their shit. I mean, draw some shit for some companies. Draw some fucking penciled in logos and frame them and send out a couple gifts. They'll show them, send them to the right people. It'll get the attention. Other companies will want that shit in their lobby too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just time. I mean, Justin charges, like when Justin paints,
yeah,
he charges by the inch. Like his painting, I don't remember what it is, but it's an per inch. That's how he.
Mm-hmm.
That must be some good.
You want a painting, you're going to pay for it. It's by the inch.
How much work would he charge for yours?
And that's the stuff they're not teaching you in school.
Mm.
They're not teaching that stuff. How what school does for you turns into economics. They don't teach you that in school. They also don't tell you that, for example, right now, if let's say you wanted to be a lawyer, they don't tell you that the market is completely flooded with lawyers. You are not going to make any money as a lawyer.
Yeah.
You're just not.
They're
Not
also-
unless you were awesome.
They're also not going to bring any lawyer in there. Every lawyer I know, they're not going to bring any of those dudes in there that go, I'm doing this till I make so much and then I don't want to be a lawyer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
My lawyer doesn't want to go there.
Yeah.
He wants to go stand up comedian. He wants to fucking do TV shows. He's fucking got a movie. I mean, he has a movie deal right now. He don't want to do lawyer shit.
Yeah.
I don't know a single fucking lawyer. Your
Yeah.
lawyer in California is moving here. Wants to come hang out with us.
Cause like my teacher, I would ask him like, so how much would you sell any of this for? And everything that he would like, I would show him stuff, and it was very opinionated. Like there was something I drew in like 3 minutes, and he was like, yeah, this is like $400. And I was like, but that drawing I did over there took me like 2 days to draw, and it looks real. What?
But it's just personal preference. It's what he likes.
And the other thing too is you got to understand that honestly, he has no clue. His market value is based off the classroom, so he has really no clue what. I mean, he's got a general idea of certain things, but he's got no clue of what it really would go for in New York City. He's got no clue. He really doesn't, because he's in the classroom. He doesn't know the practical application of what your drawings could get. The only way anyone would really know that is if you do them and actually start marketing them.
Mhm.
For him to put a price on it, it's just like you said. That's his opinion, and you're talking about a guy who sees drawings from students. How many drawings does he see from students every week?
What?
So he does not have any idea how much any of your stuff would be worth in the real world. All he's doing is guessing.
And a lot of it's your marketplace that you sell it in
Mm-hmm.
and perception of value.
Yep.
I got a couple things I'll tell you. One about Carrie from Southern Rust Furniture, and a story I heard in the last 6 months, and I can't for the life of me find it again or remember who it was. There was an art critic who basically would take these. He would say what art goes into these galleries, and I want to say it was in Europe, I believe. True story. And he went and painted these paintings in his kitchen and put somebody else's name on them and started showing them in these galleries and go, this is the new up-and-comer. And because these group of people putting these shows on, he said, I've got this guy, he's this new guy, he's the up-and-comer, look at his stuff. And because they put it in these galleries and they pushed it, these paintings were selling for $500,000 million within a year. So he keeps painting these paintings literally in his fucking kitchen, turning them over and selling these fucking paintings under somebody else's name. And then he came clean. I said, this whole art world is all bullshit. You people bought this because we told you it's the new hotness, and I painted this in my fucking kitchen. They actually put him in jail over it, fraud. And did some prison time over it. But he wrote a book about it. I don't remember who that is. But it's just perception of value.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I buy a dog collar from Walmart for $4.
Yeah.
I put some rhinestones and I bedazzle it with a fucking bedazzler, and I sell it on Rodeo Drive to rich people with fucking really expensive poodles.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't buy a $4 collar, but they'll buy that fucking collar for $100 because it has to cost more for them to look at. It's just like me buying electronics. I go to Walmart to buy a $35 DVD player because I want to watch DVDs. But then they have a $100 DVD player. It's got more lights. It must be better because it's more expensive. So I'm like, well, there's a $100. What's a $200 DVD player look like? Well, I can't look at Walmart, so I have to go to Best Buy. So I'm at Best Buy. Here's a $200 but here's a $300 one. This one's in a metal chassis and it's got fucking little springs on the legs and shit. I buy the $500 DVD player. All I want to do is watch DVDs. The $35 DVD player would have done the same thing. It's perception of value. If it costs more, it must be better. We don't want to build gear to compete with fucking China and Condor markets. I want to build fucking expensive gear. I want to build the best gear, and I want to build one piece less than I need, just like Ferrari, just like KTM motorcycles. Every year, they want to build one motorcycle less than the market will buy. They don't want to have overruns and have to sell it at a fucking discount the next year.
Yeah.
Carrie, who built Amanda's desk and all the metal stuff upstairs and all those pieces. When we started talking to him, he was working at REI. He was a friend of Justin's. And Carrie has amazing skill. You've seen it. And I'm like, dude, you need to raise your price. We would walk in. The first year we go to the home show. We went this year, the second year. The first year we walk in, and he's got all this stuff in the bill. I'm like, how much is that? How much is that? How much is that? Oh my God, these tables. He's like, it's all sold, every piece of it. I go, what do you mean it's all sold? He goes, I sold all this shit in the first 30 minutes. I go, you need to double your prices. What? You need to raise your prices, man. And he has. He has consistently raised his prices. Raise your prices until the market won't bear them, and you can always come down on your price a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You might not get that same customer again, but your next, you gotta know, you can gauge it that way. We come out of the gate with shit. I'm like, man, we might be charging too much for this. Sells out the fucking within minutes. We should have charged more. It's just like those Strider knives.
Yeah.
I didn't know we didn't know what the market would bear, and I'm telling you something that nobody in the fucking knife world will tell you. I'm telling you guys shit that nobody in fucking business in their right mind will tell you. We bought those Striders, and when Jeff was with Strider, painted them up, and I came to market 50% over Strider's retail on those first red ones, and we put 3 of them up, and they sold within minutes. The next 3, I raised them $200. We sold those knives at $2,000 and $2,500. We saw dudes who bought them on the first couple days for $1,000. We saw them eBay them on a buy it now for $2,500. When we were still selling them at $2,000, as the serial number went down, the price went up. We saw guys sell high serial number knives for $2,500, and Amanda was pissed. She was like, I can't believe that motherfucker bought that knife for $1,000 and sold it for $2,500. I go, all that does is show you what our market will bear. We're coming to market our next knife. We're putting them up at 25, and they sold in minutes. It's value. It's what somebody's worth. What it's worth to somebody to buy. And when I go, so Mission Knives makes these titanium knives.
Mm-hmm.
Company's still around, different owner. Mission Knives, Richard Poland with EOD. They were getting issued these knives. They're titanium, terrible metal for a
I
knife.
remember Mission Knives from Blade Show.
Yeah, so terrible metal to make a knife out of if you want to fucking hack and beat on it. But they needed it, low magnetic signature for mines and bomb shit. So they've got this contract, EOD buys them all, the Navy buys fucking tons of these knives, and now they have fulfilled their contract, and now they are building these knives, but their market is saturated. So they're trying to sell them at gun shows to dealers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So the knife is $199.95, let's say. I think that was what the number was back then. But they're not selling. So they hire a market research company. They pay them, I remember it was $60,000, $60,000. They pay this company to do a 6-year market research. Nobody in the knife industry had done it. They hired like a Coca-Cola, firm that does, big business. So they come in and they come back and they go, look, what we found is that your consumer market, gun shows, Walmart, shit like that, $99.95 is your price range. If it's over $99.95, that type of buyer will not buy that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to you have to take your $199 knife and sell it for $99.95, or you have to raise it $100 and sell it for $299.95, because there's a dead area in there. Your low price buyer will not buy over $99, and your higher end buyer perceives that a $200 knife is too cheap, and he starts rebuying. He starts from $300 up to the moon. So that's a dead area in there. They raise their prices $100.
Mm-hmm.
They raised it to $299.95, and they did more sales in the next 6 months than they had done in the whole military contract all combined.
Dang.
It's crazy.
It's perception of value.
I sell better out of state than I do in Alabama.
Of course you do.
Because
Of course, that's like me. I sell more of this shit out of Camden than I sell in Camden. Guys can walk in here because we have Walmart consumers in Camden. You have people, cost of living is low here. You have blue collar workers. You have a dude that wants to take, they know butt knife and case knife. You tell them Strider's $400. They'll want a fist fight with you. What the fuck? Why do I need a $400 knife? I can use my butt knife for $15. You can. It'll open. It'll gut that deer. It'll whittle that knife, and that's what they're doing with it.
Mhm.
They don't know any different.
everyone in Alabama is like, they all say that they're your friends when you're trying to sell something, and they just want it for free.
Yeah, you can't do business with friends.
No.
It's not, your business is not for your friends. It's not for your family. Your business is for somebody who wants some artwork on their wall or something done. You can't do business with friends.
Because everyone comes to me wanting tattoos, but they don't even consider that I'm selling you that. Because you're just going to take my art, take it to some other tattoo shop, and that
And a lot of
artist is
tattoo
gonna-
artists, won't take other people's art and put on you. Derek wouldn't take your art without changing it and putting his own spin on it. That's just how because he's an artist. Just like you wouldn't take a fucking Van Gogh and reduplicate it. It's the same deal. But friends are not your market.
Yeah.
That's just gonna hurt your feelings, and you need to get rid of those fucking feelings. You know what you're worth. That's not your money. And your friends don't have money anyway, so fuck them.
Yeah.
You want money. You want to do your skill that you enjoy doing and make a living doing it, and take that money and get things with it you want and be able to live
Yeah. My friends
on a
don't
better
talk to
level than
me
any of your friends.
unless they want something.
That's because they're
from
not your
me.
friends.
I know. I don't have any friends.
That's because they're not your friends.
Don't start crying now. We're friends.
Okay, friends.
Yeah, how many times you come here before? I mean,
I haven't made you pick up dog poop.
shit,
or
we even
clean out the kitty litter
we
box
even
or nothing.
paid you to come here this time.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your lesson for today. Now go earn your money.
Okay.
Those